What's up guys, JTails here for another video, and today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips to win more of your ranked matches on Valorant. So far I've been able to climb from Iron 2 into Silver 2, and I'm already on my way into Silver 3. So let's get into these 5 tips, shall we? My first tip for you guys is team composition. A lot of people, when they're in solo queue, they insta-lock their roles, and sometimes you get a really bad team comp, right? Now, this game isn't as team comp heavy as Overwatch is, or maybe one of the other team games. However, I do believe that there's some things every team needs. You need to speak with your teammates so that you have at least a Sova or a Cypher. You need information on your team. At least one person has to be one of these characters. Every team needs a Sage, because if you don't have a Sage and the other team does, they're getting reses, they're getting healed, then you're basically down one player at all times, right? After that, the last thing that every team needs is a smoker. So have you ever just fallen apart because there's one op and everybody just keeps getting picked by the one op and there's no way to really pass the choke? Well, you need a smoker, at least one on your team. I would recommend Brimstone. Almond's always a good choice as well for this purpose. Jet to an extent, but I think Brimstone is probably the best smoker in the game. Tip number 2 is using your tab button to see where the enemy team is. Now, how can you see where the enemy team is by pressing tab? Well, you know that the only ways to gain ult points is by getting a kill, or defusing the bomb, or by picking up one of these ult points. So if all of your team is over by A long, and you hold tab and you see that one of the enemy teams gained an ult point, that means that in Garage over on B site, one of the enemy teams picked up the ult point that's sitting there. And that's information that you can use to your advantage to know where they are. You'll know there's at least one person on B, and you'll know which hero it is, which agent it is, because their ultimate meter is charging, especially if they haven't gotten a kill yet. So use tab in order to find out who's grabbing ult points at which parts of the map. Tip number 3 is use your ults, guys. There's so many times when I'm playing matches and my teammates either, we go to the 12th round and we're about to switch sides, and everyone has the whole team has 4 or 5 ults and no one has used them. Not once. So using your ults early is important, because every time you get a kill you start recharging that ult. Every defusal, every ult point that you collect. If you hold on to the ult and you're getting picks, you're losing value on that ult, right? You're just getting more ult charge, but you still haven't used it at all, right? And so many people will die or will let the side switch, or even the end of the game, a team has 13 wins and still Cypher never used his ult before, or the Sage didn't res anybody. You want to gain full value out of your abilities, and especially your ultimate, so don't forget to use them and remind your team to use them. Tip number 4, and I see this very often in lower levels, in Iron and Bronze, is cursor placement. So many people I'll see walking around the map looking at the ground, or looking at hip level, feet level, and you want to keep your cursor up. You want to keep it at head level, so when you turn a corner, if there's somebody right there, you can more easily hit their head, right? If I'm going to turn this corner, I'm making sure that my cursor is at, it's higher up, it's closer to head level, and I'm moving it as I turn a corner, right? So if someone appears around the corner, I have less work to do with my aim and I just can left click. The last tip I have for you guys is stop pushing on defense. So many times we're on defense, we're holding 2 sites, and my teammates will start running in. They're just running into enemy spawn and dying. And now we're 3v5 and they get to push a site for free because maybe everyone's still on A, and the 2 teammates from B site decided to push up and not hold their angle and just give free picks to the enemy team. If you're in defense, you do not have to push up. You hold your angles, hold your positions, and let the enemy team walk into your crosshairs. On defense, you have to play a little bit more passive. You have to hold your angles, hold your position, and defend the site. If you move around and you push into a 5 stack, what do you think is going to happen, you know? Just remember what role you're playing and what the objectives are in the game. Remind your teammates if you see someone pushing up just far too often, and hold the position. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed those 5 tips. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate that, and consider subscribing to the channel for more Valorant content like this. I stream Valorant pretty much every night on twitch.tv/jtails, anywhere from 4 to 8 hours a night, so definitely stop by there if you want to see me climbing the ranks and you want to ask me some questions about climbing. Thank you guys so much for watching, I will see you all next time.